the challenge. And yeah, I'm so excited to to get and to share this channel with you. And this is gonna be an extremely interesting journey. And I would like simply, if you're interested and if you want me to get into depth into it's about some certain things, feel free to post and subscribe. And please, I'm just only asking, I'm not asking you for anything or any money, but please show some love and support. Subscribe and join in and adventure with you. I'm gonna act as best as I can. Uh, like someone who just watch a bunch of videos like a couple of days before. Went through few videos, bunch of tutorials, how to trade, and what options are. I'm not gonna get into depth what I found, but I would just just follow and stick with me. And yeah, so let's get into it. So waking up in the morning, so what I did before jumping to trade, based on the videos that I've been watching, the first steps that most people used to say is like, you have to read the news. So before the market opens, right? So I went into Market Watch, which is a website I found that was recommended in couple of videos I've been watching on YouTube. So the main news I'm concerned about are the one that could affect overall the stocks that heavily influence the SPY, which are Google, Apple, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. So reading the news on my screen, I think I took about 30 minutes, and so I have actually one or two screens open because the news I keep feeding it, so I'm keep reading the news. But at least I spent 30 minutes reading the news before taking a look at the market. So in the morning there were a couple of news, nothing too drastic. The overall sentiment of the market seem mixed. Some people, so it's like it's not really decisive at the moment that there's like a really bad news. Some people are talking about recession, if a mild recession, according to, for example, one of the news says even a mild recession could cause stocks to crater by 15% or more, according to JP Morgan. I don't couple of news, but yeah, nothing too drastic yet. So let's look at the charts themselves, right? So in the morning, it was pretty much like the market was opening, so it was like coming from the week before. So typically, based on what I've seen, it's not really recommended to jump directly into market because it's like a huge order flow coming from, especially the weekend. A lot of things happen. Some of the things are under the table, so we don't know exactly if there's anything that that can heavily influence the market overall. So it's not recommended to trade directly based on what I've seen. So I will not trade because we are coming directly from the weekend. I will just let a few minutes and see how the market behaves. So the market seemed to be in a downtrend. I followed the market movement up to about 2 p.m. So I saw what some people were calling double tap, so double bottom. So it's and then I see the market, there's a huge volume, positive volume, so it's a lot of buys coming in the market. And yeah, I decided to make my move. So there are two approach I could have done in this situation. Probably the safest approach would have been for someone that could have more experience based on the volume itself, based on the volume analysis and the moving average. Probably the safest bet could be to just scalp and go for a quick call. But in this case, I decided to do and to go the opposite way, because again, I don't want to pretend that I have, humbly, I have, some experience. So I'm just gonna place puts, which I decided to do. Typically, an experienced trader will not place or use all his capital at the same time. So I decided to use all my capital at the same time, just to show you this is something that you shouldn't do, right? So all my capital has been placed on puts, and I placed it around when the SPY ETF was about 413 US dollar. And yeah, so I make my move over there, and as I will show I will show at the end of the day the result. I haven't sold anything, it's not positive, so I'm down about 6% of that money. So as a summary for the day, as a recap for the day, so this is what I did. I read the news, which is good. I briefly look at the market and the market volume data, and did some volume analysis just to see the order flow and whether it's buy or sell. And based on that, I didn't use the moving average, because that's a complicated term at the beginning, right? I don't want to have those terms that could be confusing, So those, I invested my capital 1.7k, and I didn't set stop loss. So this is the summary of the action I've did, and it's extremely important, in my opinion, to before entering every trade and each day, to write why did you decide to step into the trade, and what move you make and why. Every day you must follow and write down steps that you follow and why you make each decision. Then you can go back in time, and that could help you in the future see what you did and how you can improve based on those information, right? So, and also one thing that comes out of that is that obviously it also brings you consistency, right? So you know what you do on a consistent basis, and you can reproduce it all over time, and it's just gonna come naturally, over time. So those are the two things it's important to me. And remember, I didn't set a stop loss, which could be extremely important and detrimental to my benefit. I invest all my capital, which is extremely risky, and I didn't use any moving average, or any other indicator. I just kept it simple. So that could be maybe, that's a maybe move. As a beginner, you don't really know whether that could be beneficial to you or not. Yeah. So this is for today, and I'm gonna update you tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you whether or not the trade is gonna be successful. And something I want to mention also that's important: you must take advantage of the trades. So there's a limitation for the day trade you can make for every platform. I decided to use Robinhood in my case because this is the typical beginner platform. That platform has an UI friendly for the users, and more important of all, most people, you will find a lot of people familiar with Robinhood, and as well there are day trades available in a 5-week period, so you can basically buy and sell the same stock or security the same day 3 times in a 5 business day period. It's extremely important. You must take advantage of that, and I will The second day I'm gonna break you and what I think could be important, because I'm gonna tell you about goals, trading goals that you must have, and what is your overall, goal. Are you trying to have like a 40% return per month by doing trades, and how many trades that you need to reach that goal, and etc, etc. So I'm just gonna just stick with subscribe, leave a comment on what you want me to post, and thank you for watching.